You're listening to the Treva Show. Hey, I always have great guests, exciting friends. Marla McCants is my special guest today, and she's been seen on the hit reality TV show My 600-Pound Life, but she's a great friend of mine, and I'm so happy to welcome her to my show. So with a big hearty Sunday morning, welcome Miss Marla McCants. Great morning.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for having me on again.
I am so excited. You sound great this morning. You sound well.
Yes, I am. I'm still on my weight loss journey.
Tell everyone, our listening audience, by the way, we're talking about Marla's weight loss journey and her road to where she is today. Was it always an easy journey for you, Miss Marla?
No.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
So it took a lot of, what are some things that it took? I know discipline, and what are some of the other things it took to be where you are today?
A lot of discipline, a lot of self-control. I always let my children, once I got it started, people will say, well, don't eat this around me. It may trigger this. I said, no, I want y'all to eat around me. That helped me. That fighted my fuel for me, because that got me to where I was at the position of being trapped in bed. So I reversed that.
Okay. Now tell everyone, our listening audience, how much weight, if you don't mind, how much have you lost?
I've lost 520 pounds.
Did you say 520 pounds?
Yes, ma'am. 520 pounds.
Wow. So what does 520 pounds look like, first of all? I mean, if I can imagine, is that like a half? Is it like a half of a car? Or like, what is 520 pounds?
I would say 4 to 5 people.
Wow. You have lost 4 to 5 people.
Yes.
I bet that could also be natural and spiritual, because when God blesses you to, to have a breakthrough such as what you've had and take you to another level, sometimes people that you've had in your life or in your circle, they may no longer even be there. Is that true as far as your story is concerned, Miss Marla?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out who your friends are, your real friends are. You find out that you didn't have any friends. They were just associates, people who you just associated with, Basically, they use you,
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I guess, like they say, everybody's a tree, and, you have branches, and people are like branches on the tree. Some are there to hold and some aren't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Talk about the amount of work. I mean, after you had your weight loss, because talk about, okay, first of all, you had the surgery. What kind of surgery was that for your weight loss?
I had the gastric bypass.
Now, did life stop? Did it just like, that's it, I had it and I'm good and I don't have to lose any more weight after the surgery? Or what took place after you had the bypass?
After, it's a mind thing. Because it's an addiction. I have an eating addiction. I'll always have one.
I see.
And you have to watch what you eat. So you have to retrain your brain to the way that you used to eat. You have to retrain it. You have to eat healthier, smarter. You really have to watch. And you can eat, it's just like they say, you can eat what you want to eat. Moderation is the key.
Okay, now what do you say to a person, Marla, with the holidays are here, and there are a lot of Christmas parties, things like that, and a person who has a food addiction, what is going through their mind, or how difficult, is that a difficult time, or what's happening? Let's talk about that.
Like I said, everyone is different. Like for myself, I'm not, a sweet eater, so sweets I'm not into. But soul food I am. But like I said, you have to retrain yourself. You can eat what you want to eat. You just have to eat it in moderation. You have to exercise.
So your highest weight, what was that, Marla?
My highest weight was 800 pounds.
So someone's listening, and I thank God that you've been able, some have not been able to lose the weight, and some are not here today because they could not lose the weight. I want to speak to that, and it's just a blessing because you are a miracle, because there are many people who don't make it. There are many people who started out, they started exercising and they were dieting, but because of the amount of weight, they still lost their life. How did you get to the balloon to the size of 800 pounds?
Life. And I have 3 children. Life. Life is what we make it out to be. We alter our lives. This is not the life God has given us. God doesn't want us to have any addictions. I've lost a friend, Christopher. He didn't make it. He didn't want the surgery when I met him and started out, but I had talked him into getting it. And he was going to get it, but his heart wasn't strong enough. So I know exactly how that feels to have somebody to not make it, and I made it. So my heart goes out when I see people in the street. I'm constantly hugging people, encouraging them to keep forward, keep moving, don't stop. I had a caretaker tell me, don't stop moving, keep moving. Whatever you do, don't stop, because once you stop, you get trapped. And talk about how bad can words, like they say, sticks and stones, they may break my bones, but words may never hurt. Talk about sometimes as humans, we can say things to hurt people. And I know God would not have us to do that. It's not nice, and we should be kind to one another. But talk about the pain of hurtful words. And a person who's listening today, they're not at the weight where they feel comfortable. Talk to that audience who feel like it's okay to make a joke every now and then, or talk to that person today. Like my mother used to tell me, my parents used to tell me, if you don't have anything good to say about nobody, don't say nothing at all. Words hurt. They're sharp. They hurt. And especially when it's coming from a professional, a grown person that should know better. They hurt. So I would say, watch what you say. As growing up, I had a girlfriend that was obese at a young age. They hurt. She was my friend. They hurt. Like I say, I've been heavy all my life. They hurt. Just watch what you say.
Wow, and you have such a great attitude. Was your attitude always like you're just a happy person to talk to, Miss Marla? You put your best foot forward. I mean, sometimes when we're on the phone, we're laughing and chuckling about things. And were you always that person, even though you had to wait?
Yes, I've always been a bubbly person. That was just me. I've always been a people person. I've always kept it going, the life of the party. I've always had, and I used to say it was a curse, but now I know better.
Now, I know when I saw you on the show, was that a year or 2 years ago?
That was 3 years ago.
Okay, 3 years ago, you were on my 600-pound life. You were like, I don't think I've ever told this to you, or shared this, but you were my favorite guest. You were my favorite person on the show, and I was rooting for you. I was like, oh my gosh, I want her to make it. I want her to make it. And I saw your daughter. Shout out to your daughter. Tell everyone about your daughter today. She's a beautiful person who stood by your side, and I tell you, she loves her mommy.
Yes, she does, and I am so proud of her. We could be no closer than we are. We're like two peas in a pod.
Yes, you are.
The TV tried to portray us against each other, but at the end, she's seen what I've seen and realized, hey, TV is pure entertainment. I wish people would stop watching so much TV.
So
I don't watch TV so much anymore because I know better. At first hand, I know better.
Yes.
They do a lot. It's terrible, especially when you have a situation like that. You have somebody sincere that's coming to someone and wanting help and giving their all, and you listen to them, and then they're supposed to help you, and they're not.
That's right. And you know what, guys, everyone who's listening, Marla, she candidly speaks. As a matter of fact, I did a video on my YouTube channel. It's called The Real Renee. Some of you have not seen it because I know if you see it, I'm telling you, it has nearly 15,000 views and it's climbing. I want you to go there and hear her story from the heart. So when she's speaking of television is not what you think it is. And she has some things that she shared with me, and I call it an exclusive. And I could not put it all on this show today, but it's to drive you to my Real Renee channel on YouTube. So when you go there, you're definitely going to hear Marla's heart as I tell the story from what has been told to me. And I believe Miss Marla, she was very pleased with that video. Is that correct, Miss Marla?
Yes, very, very.
Yes,
very cool.
yes, and I think that's why she's here today, hanging out with me, because it's so important when people have a story that you tell their story, not tell the story that you want to tell, but you tell the story the way that people want you to share their story, because for one, it is their story. And so when I sat down, I had to get over it's the star Marla McCants, and once I got all over that, because she was my favorite person on the show, then I could hear Marla's heart. I could talk with Marla, and I take it she's a beautiful person in and out. And we've not met face to face, but I am so looking forward to meeting you face to face, Miss Marla.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
It seems like we've known each other forever because we're both from Detroit.
Yes, and it's also true, because I wish I had someone tell the whole truth, not half or partial truth, the whole truth.
Yes.
Everybody deserves to be told the truth, and let them decide. The surgery, it's way more other steps in that surgery, other health issues that you get, some people get, so it's a lot into it. It's a lot into it.
That's right. That's right. And of course, you'll have a book.
The other side you don't hear about.
That's right. And so that's why we need to work on this book. You have a book in mind, and we like to call it a tell-all book. And I mean, you may have a love. What do you say to that person who's bedbound right now, and they are listening? Someone's listening, and they're bedbound, and they're past 500 pounds. What do you say to that person to motivate them this morning, Miss Marla? Because only you can say something to that person. Please speak to that audience that's listening, or that person that's gaining in weight and they can't control it. I'd love for you to speak to that person this morning.
Okay, I would say keep your faith. Always keep your faith. Never give up. God hasn't brought you through this far to leave you. Surround yourself around positive people. Put yourself in that atmosphere where if you have nobody, it's made believe in your mind. It's made believe up in your mind. You can do it. I did it. Anybody can do it. I did it. So I know it can be done. Yes, it's hard. There's some times that you want to give up, but when you make a mistake, pick right back up. You keep at it. And one of the times is going to get easier and easier and easier. The first week I was on my diet, I don't really want to call it a diet, life change, I thought I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Not drinking pop, not eating fried food. But I didn't. I kept at it. I had my children sit down and eat in front of me. And I kept at it. And I had people that would come, and I don't know, they would offer me, well, you want this, you want this? No, I don't want it. Don't give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say, no, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. And you may think that they're doing it on purpose, but they're not. They're just used to doing it, so they done got in a habit. But you yourself, you have to say, no, this is enough. No, I'm going to change. I'm going to live. I'm going to choose to live. I've never been a quitter in anything I've done. It's just not in my nature. But for somebody who doesn't have that, surround yourself around positive thoughts. If you can't, surround yourself around positive people. And never give up.
I love it.
Take
Never.
one day at a time.
Yes, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
And never give up. The words from Miss Marla McCants. She is a survivor, okay? She is a weight loss extraordinaire. She is a woman who, I mean, let me tell you something. I've never met anyone in my life who has lost 520 pounds. To God be the glory, people. To God be the glory. Marla, you are a miracle. You are a strong... I'm singing the praises for you today because you made it. You made it. You made it. And it's by the grace of God that you're still here to share your story. You don't know what you've done. You've encouraged somebody today who were... I know, because I felt that. I felt like a person, they were just wiping back their tears as you were encouraging them. And I want to thank you for the inspiration that you bring.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I recently, I guess about 7 or 8 months ago, ran into my aunties back in Detroit. And they were telling me they were so proud. They were crying. And now they were saying, after they seen the show, that I inspired them because they're up in age. And they, one of my aunties had gastric bypass, and the other one has had the sleeve, and how I encouraged them. But I thank God that I'm able. I really thank God that I'm able to help somebody.
You are.
If it was just one person, that I'm able to help that one person, and just going through it and being truthful about it, because people lie all the time. And you don't want to hear that. You want to hear no lies. You want to hear the truth.
Yes, because like, how did you do it? How did you do it? How? I bet that's probably what is the number one question that you're asked? Is it how did you lose the weight, or what is it?
Let's see. I would say, after they asked how, and I say I had the surgery, and see, that's another thing. The show, oh gosh, that show, it's impossible to continue. It's impossible, first of all, to eat like that every day, all day long. It's impossible. You will be done killed yourself. Mm-hmm. Within 1 month, you'll be done killed yourself. And it's really impossible to eat like that afterwards. You don't want to eat. You don't even have any energy.
I could not even imagine. I could not even imagine.
That just goes back to the show, it's a lot of falsehood out there, and I'm just bringing the truth because I think people deserve the truth, and they deserve to know.
Absolutely.
They deserve to know.
And that's why we want to definitely, because of time, and, definitely check out my YouTube channel. It's called The Real Renee. And send Miss Marla a message and let her know what you thought about it. You can leave a comment on our Facebook page. She's also on Facebook. And I'll be posting and sharing some before and after pictures of Marla on my Facebook page, The Treva Show, so that you can see this amazing, amazing woman of God. Well, we're out of time, Miss Marla. Our interview is always a blessing, okay? It's always, it's like I can talk to this woman like forever. I really can, because she always has something wonderful to say, and her life is so interesting and very fascinating that I'm just intrigued from them. And I knew that's why I was so glued to the television, and I didn't even know her. And here we are today. So Marla, I want to thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show again.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I'm going to take a break. Marla, thank you for joining me. And I'll be right back, and we'll wrap up the show in just a bit. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Miss Marla McCants.
It's all right. Thank you.